Hey guys, it's Lily Pet Polish, and for today's video I'm going to be doing a Valentine's Day themed manicure. So this one is a pretty simple one, but I didn't want to do anything crazy because I have a ton of Valentine's Day designs on my channel, so I figured I'd do a more subtle type of Valentine's Day manicure, and I felt like this one turned out really well. And I actually used double dip powders, so I did do an unboxing live on my channel, so some of you guys might have seen it, but if you missed it, I'll have it up in the right hand side in the cards. But I did use their powders and they worked so perfectly. So before I get into the actual tutorial, I will be going over their powders for their Valentine's Day collection, which was 6 powders. So I'll show you the swatches of that, and then we can go ahead and get into the tutorial, which I'm super excited about because pink is like one of my favorite colors. It's just so pretty, so girly, and I just love the way that it turned out on my nails. Also, I am a little bit congested because I am getting over a light flu. Nothing serious, just a regular flu, but if I sound a little off, that's why. So just a disclaimer there. But anyways, if you guys want to know how I created this manicure, then just keep on watching. Alrighty, so starting off with the powders, I just wanted to show you the collection as a whole. So as I said before, there are 6 shades. So starting with the first one, we have Chanel Rouge, Fingers Crossed, Sticky Date, Wild One, Pink Winks, and Pretty Petals. So I'll have this whole collection as well as everything else that I used down in the description box below. But I just wanted to go one by one through all of these shades. So we have Chanel Rouge, which is a gorgeous red, like so pretty. Then we have Fingers Crossed, and I think a little bit of Chanel Rouge got in here, but it is a really pretty shimmery light pink. Then we have Sticky Date, which questionable name choice for a Valentine's Day collection, but anyway, really pretty glittery color. Then we have Wild One, which is such a pretty shimmery red, way brighter than I was expecting it to be. The next one is Pink Winks, which is probably one of my favorites. It's just a really pretty light pink girly color. And lastly, we have Pretty Petals, which is similar to Sticky Date except a little bit brighter, so just a really pretty glittery color. And then here are all 6 of the shades swatched, so you can probably tell that I did not apply a top coat, which is why they look a little bit matte, but I did do 2 coats for each swatch stick just so you guys can get an idea of what each powder looks like. So if you are interested in purchasing this collection or anything else off of their website, I do have a 20% off discount code. So you can use the code LilyPad20 to get 20% off your entire order. So that doesn't just apply to this Valentine's Day collection, but literally anything else that you want, any other powders, as well as stuff like top coats, base coat, activators, and stuff like that. So as I said before, I'm going to be showing you all of the products that I'm using later on in the video as I show you how to create this Valentine's Day manicure. But of course, as I said before, I will have everything linked down below as well as the code if you're interested. So again, that's 20% off your entire order, not just one single thing, which is a pretty darn good deal if you ask me. But you guys already know I always try to be as honest as possible so you guys can see how I use these products in today's video. And I actually have a previous video where I demoed all of these products when I used double dip powders for the very first time ever. So I'll have that linked up in the right hand side in the cards if you are interested in seeing more products from them. But if you want to stay tuned and watch me create this Valentine's Day themed manicure, then just keep on watching. So starting off, I'm going to apply a regular base coat. So I'm using the Holo Taco Long Lasting Base Coat. So Double Dip does have their own base coat, but it is for a much longer lasting manicure. And dip powders, even with a regular base coat, honestly last a really long time. And I'm not looking for my manicure to last that long, so I'm just going in with a regular nail polish base coat first before I go in with the regular Double Dip powder base coat. So this is their dip base here, and this is what you apply before you go in with your powder. So over top of that regular nail polish base coat, I'm just applying the dip base, and as soon as you apply it, you're supposed to dip your nail in the powder, which is what I'm doing here. So I like to do this little scoop method with my finger. If you have longer nails, you're probably going to want to pour the powder in something a little bigger, but my nails are short enough to where I can do my little scoop method and it worked perfectly fine. So I did forget to mention that this first shade that I'm going in with is actually Pink Winks. So it's that sort of light pink color. It doesn't have any shimmer or anything, it's just a cream color, and I did do around 3 to 4 coats, I think, of this. And powders, it's so easy to build it up, and it's really fast too because you don't really have to wait. I'm just applying that dip base and then dipping in my finger, tapping off the excess with my finger, and then using a fan brush to take away some of that extra powder. And then on my pointer fingernail and then also on my middle fingernail, I'm going to be applying Fingers Crossed, which is the very light pink with shimmers in it. And you can probably see the shimmers now as I'm applying it. And it's just a really pretty color. This is one of my favorites. This one and Pink Winks, I just really love the soft pinks. They're really cute and pretty. So this one was a little bit sheer, as you can tell, since it is a lighter color. So I think I did around 4 to 5 coats for this one. I'm not 100% sure, but I did think I did more coats than the other powders, which was fine. It's, as I said before, super easy to build it up, so I didn't really mind it. But as you can tell, I do like to sort of apply it from the bottom, or not the bottom, but sort of apply it lower than the cuticle area, and then sort of go up that way. So the first 2 coats I don't go all the way up, and then on the 3rd coat I do apply that dip base all around the cuticle area, just so that the cuticle area isn't so bulky. And that also helps when going in and filing my nails, because I don't have an electric file. Which I'll show you later on in the video how I file my nails, but if you do have an electric file, that would help you a tons, because the filing process is kind of time consuming. But yeah, anyways, as you can see here, I've been dipping for like 20 minutes long. I probably should have quickened this clip up a little faster, but I did do more coats on this nail, as I said before. And then using that same powder color, I am applying it to my middle finger as well. So on the middle fingernail, I'm actually going to be applying Sticky Date on there, so the glitter polish, but I did want to have some sort of base color on there. So I'm only doing 2 coats of Fingers Crossed on my middle fingernail, just so that it's not too thick, and then I'm going to go in with that glitter powder, as you can see here. So as I said before, I did use Sticky Date, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm just applying the entire nail with the dip base, but when I dipped my nail, I actually went in upside down and sort of flattened my nail into the powder, just because I felt like that would get most of the glitters on there as flat as possible, so they're not sticking up any weird ways. And then I just used my finger to sort of flatten them even further, and then once I felt that it was stuck on my nail well enough, I went in with my fan brush to get away all of the extra powder around my nails. And then I was actually pretty happy with how the glitter applied, but any parts that I just wanted some of those larger chunks, I just applied some of that dip base into those specific areas, and then using a toothpick, I picked up that glitter that was already on the the desk that I was working on. It was just already there, so I just picked it up with a toothpick and then applied it in any areas that I wanted it to. So that part was pretty easy. And then I went in with my dip base one more time and then actually went in with a clear base powder. So this isn't always necessary. I don't always use a clear dip powder, but when I'm doing glitter or applying a stud, as you will see on my ring fingernail, I do like to go in with the clear base just so that I don't file off any of the glitter when I go in with my filing. So as you can see here, my initial first layer of powder is a lot lower than the cuticle area. So this is my first coat, and if you're wondering why I did the red last, it is so messy. You can probably tell around my fingers that the red is just sort of stained, and it actually sort of got on the brushes as well. So I saved it for last because this red is so vibrant that it like sort of stains. Even my fan brush got stained, so I had to use a different one. As you can see, the bristles of the fan brush are like red. So yeah, I saved the red for last because I didn't want to get the red in any of the other colors, because the other colors I used were really light pinks and it just would have been a mess. So I did the red last, but I'm now applying my third coat. So I did apply the dip base all the way up my cuticle, and it's so bright. Like 3 coats was perfect. 3 coats covered my nail completely. I was really happy with it. And once I applied all of the powder colors that I wanted to, I went in with the activator. So I apply a generous amount all over my nails, and I actually did 2 coats. And again, I did skip the red to last because the red did stain the bristles of the activator brush, which was unfortunate, but luckily it doesn't go on anything. It's just sort of stained, weirdly enough. But it is such a bright red. Like, I mean, I am not surprised it's stained because it's so vibrant. But yeah, you can probably see it's stained a little bit, but that's okay. So after I applied my activator, I waited a couple minutes. I ended up washing my hands just because I didn't want the activator to get sort of everywhere, but I don't know if that's really necessary. And then I went in with a file. So I don't know if you guys saw, but it is a 100 and 180, I think. So the back side is a little bit rougher. So I do start off with the rougher side, just so that I can sort of get my nail to the thinness that I want it to be, especially with fingers crossed, the lighter color. I did do a little bit more coats than the rest of them, so it was thick. So I wanted to sort of thin it out so it wasn't so bulky. And then once I got it to where I wanted it to be, or like the thickness that I wanted it to be, I went in with that less gritty side to sort of smooth it out and sort of make sure that the shape of it is nice. So as you can see here, I focus it mostly on the cuticle area because I don't want that part to be bulky. I just wanted it to be a nice little slope. And then I also made sure to file the edges of my nails, so the sides, and then also the tip, as you can see here. So once I did that, I went back to the ring fingernail to apply my stud. So I just used the dip base to make that part all sticky, and then I grabbed this heart stud. I think I got this off of Amazon a long time ago, but if I can find it, I'll link it down below. And then I just applied it to the top of my nail. And then I did go back in one more time with the clear base. So I applied the dip base and then dipped my finger in that clear base just to make sure that the stud doesn't fall off, especially because it is sort of bulky, so it's like sort of raised on the nail, so I didn't want to risk it falling off. So I just wanted to apply that extra protective layer, and then again added the activator. And off camera I did end up filing it a little bit more, but I mean, you guys saw enough of me filing, so I didn't include that in here. But yes, I just did that whole process all over again on my ring fingernail to ensure that the stud was nice and snug. So once I was happy with it, I went in with my top coat. So here I'm showing you the double dip dip top, but I actually didn't apply that to my nails in this clip here. So in this clip I did go in with a gel top coat just because the dip powder top coats can be a little bit tricky to apply, so I figured going in with a gel top coat might be a little bit easier, and I was happy with the way that it turned out. However, I will say that only a couple days later my gel polish was sort of starting to peel off, so I ended up going in and filing or buffing all of my nails again to remove that gel top coat, and then went in with the double dip powder dip top, and it works way better. The gel polish works if you don't want a super long lasting manicure, but I would recommend just using their double dip top. It just works better. It's meant to go over dip powders, and it sits just so beautifully over the nails, so it does work a little bit better than gel top coat in my opinion, or at least the one that I have anyway. So just a little tip there. But once I was finished with that, I applied some cuticle oil, and this is also from Double Dip, because after all that filing, your nails just need some life. They need hydration. So I just rubbed that in, and once I did that, you are all done. And this is the finished manicure. I am so obsessed. I know I said it in the beginning, but pink is just such a cute color, and all of these powders were just so pretty. I know I didn't use all of the powders in the collection because I feel like that just would have been impossible, but I really do love all of the colors that I use, and even the ones that I didn't use I'm really excited to use, especially Wild One, which was that shimmery red color. It just reminds me of like ruby slippers, you know, like from the Wizard of Oz. Couldn't think of the name, but it is so pretty. All of the shades in this collection are really pretty, super suitable for Valentine's Day, and I know that by the time I'm posting this it probably will already be Valentine's Day or almost Valentine's Day, but honestly I'm probably going to use all of these powders even when it's not Valentine's Day, just because they are such pretty colors on their own. You don't have to wear it like I am for Valentine's Day today, but I would love to see if you guys recreate something similar to this. You can always tag me on Instagram or even Twitter, even though I don't really use Twitter that often, but everything that I have, all of my socials are at lilypadpolish. So yeah, as I said in the beginning of the video, I do have a 20% off discount code for Double Dip, which is honestly a really awesome discount code because most of them are only 15, but this one gets 20% off your entire order, which is a pretty good deal. And I'll also have linked down below their beginner set, which is like the base coat, the top coat, the activator, the cuticle oil, all of that. It's just a really nice set, and honestly they just work really well, and I really recommend all of their products. Like I said, you can use stuff like gel top coat or regular top coat, but their dip powder dip top just works best in my opinion. It just works really well together since it is meant to go over dip powders. So yeah, I'll have that kit linked down below, as well as their Valentine's Day collection and everything else I might have used in this video that I can't remember right at this very second. So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I will be doing another video on dip powder, double dip powder nails. That's a tongue twister, but I do have their spring collection, so I hope you guys are excited to see that. Let me know in the comments down below if that's something that you're interested in seeing. I really do appreciate hearing from you guys and your feedback and sort of the type of videos that you guys are interested in seeing, and I only ever feature products that I really genuinely do like, and Double Dip just happens to be one of those. I'm really happy that they sent me their products to try out and for me to show you guys, because it is actually something that I really do like and I use even when I'm not filming videos, and it's just something really fun fun for me. It's different than nail polish, and it's just fun for me to try new things like dip powders. It's really fun, and it's honestly really easy. But yeah, so let me know if you like these types of videos, because I do plan on making another one with their spring collection. So definitely let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, thank you guys so much if you made it this far into the video. I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and please do subscribe if you haven't already for more videos like this one. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video soon. Bye!